I think the first time we met, I had a Saturday job working in Brown's. I think I went in there and I said, oh look, I think it'd be great if I could spend a bit of time working in the buying department. She said, yeah, you'll be in the warehouse, more or less most of the time.
Richard, what was it that kind of prompted you to think, actually, I can do that?
I think we were going with the flow.
Well, I think there's an element of you were going all over the world looking at collections and buying stuff. You couldn't always find exactly what you wanted, so why not just create that? The opportunity to open a store on Savile Row came up, and there was a tiny little shop with a to let sign on the window.
Does anybody come in?
No. I'm sorry.
To be honest, we didn't really have an awful lot to see. But what we did have was good, was interesting. It was all very different, it was colourful, it was strong colour, so it really stood out from the rest of Savile Row.
Just doing that, and there's a colour inside, is lovely, you know.
But actually you did get in the press a sort of reputation for being the rebels. I remember you covered your shop in all the quotes from your neighbours saying, you know, they won't last 5 minutes.
Yes, don't know one end of a needle from another. You know, they probably had a fair point out of it. A lot of designers really liked what we were doing. They love Savile Row, they know what Savile Row is about, but they just, you know, don't want it to be too stuffy. And things have changed quite a lot. Men have got much more adventurous suits with print and colour, and you always think, oh, we're only doing a few of those because no one's going to buy them. But actually, they're always the things that end up selling first.
Really?
The tailoring was very important, so we wanted to keep it very Savile Row. Yes. I think the difference was the colour and the textures and the patterns. You know, we'd always done bespoke right from the beginning, and I think the individuality is what we wanted to celebrate. You know, giving men a chance to put their own personality into it and not to be judgmental. You say, you want to do that? Let's try it out. Let's just give it a go.
One of the things that a lot of people don't know about Richard James is that for many, many years you've also had this kind of, I see it as sort of tailored sportswear.
Men don't necessarily want to feel constricted. We've tried to kind of take out a lot of elements of the suit and relax things a bit more, but still kind of maintain the look and feel of a bespoke suit. You know, it's important for us to kind of put a bit of shape into everything we do and try and give someone a waist, make them look a bit taller. You know, that's really, really important.
You've got to a stage where, you know, you've got some famous people coming in. You became very much associated with the Britpop era. And so who sort of came in first?
Oasis, probably.
Right.
I mean, the great thing about Liam was, and I'm sure still is that he had really great style. But I think what's great about the musicians and kind of actors is that they don't come in with stylists.
Yes.
They come in on their own.
Yeah. You've got people like Mark Ronson now, and Tiny Temper.
Yeah.
And Elton John has been a fan from the early days.
Yeah. He came in and they basically emptied the shop. You know, when Elton comes in, we always say, oh, should we lock the door? And he's like, don't worry about that.
But that thing of people really wanting to be involved, and I guess most recently that's your, you know, your relationship with Charles Cohen in the States, you know, who's now a shareholder and
major shareholder and the chairman,
and has just opened this, you know, your first store in New York, which is pretty exciting. But Charles, I mean, he came to you not as an investor, he came to you as a customer.
And now, yeah, he's taken that love of the business a bit further.
So the future for Richard James, we've done 27 years. What are the plans?
Well, it's important, I think, to have retail. It's all about personality, meeting people, working with people, taking physical measurements, you know, actually hand-making suits on the premises. I think a lot of people like that kind of touchstone element of the business. I think we will expand our casual wear. I think those days of someone wearing a bespoke suit with a you know, white shirt and a tie, those days are gone. And it's very important that we keep, you know, introducing what we do to a younger clientele. You know, those days of us being the bad boys of Savile Row, those days are kind of gone, and we've got to be aware that
let's go back to it.
We've got to be
it's good fun.
We've got to remain relevant, and I think that's part of what we do.
Good luck on the next 27 years.
Well, I'm not going to make it.